Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, and my friends, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate is now live. Now, as of the time of me making this video, not everything's live. The patch is live, although we don't have patch notes, which sucks, and we don't have the new characters, but all the changes are live, and with those changes comes the new variations, the new customs, and it also comes with new banned custom variations. Certain moves that are just plain not allowed in competitive play, and that's exactly what this video is. This is to show you which moves got the axe, which moves are not allowed for ranked play and are not allowed for tournament play. And with that said, before we get into all the main moves that are not allowed in competitive play, let's start off with an unanticipated change in that certain moves are fine by themselves, but when you put them together, they're not allowed. So for our first example, I'm going to show you Kotal Khan. So Kotal Khan, in and of itself, none of the moves, he's fine. All the moves are good. Nothing's banned, right? But here's the thing. So the totems. So if say you put your damage totem together with your defensive totem, right? Fine. That's what the old variation 3 used to be. These two totems together. And if you pick the other totems too, this is the meter totem. And this is the blood totem, the healing totem. They're fine. But if you pick the meter totem or the blood totem and any other totem, hey, when you know it, you can see that little disabled trophy icon. That means it is not okay for competitive play. So you cannot have these moves together. Now, once again, you can have the move solo, 100% by itself, not a problem. But you cannot have either the meter totem or the blood totem with any other totem. So just so you know. A little bit odd, but it's the developer's choice. So that is how it stands. Now, let's go to the other one I know of. And there could be more banned combinations yet. I haven't went through and put every single move together with every single move, but the one that hurt me is this one. So Robocop, you are not allowed to have the flamethrower and the command grab in the same variation, which is exactly what I was looking forward to for Robocop, to be honest with you, because it allowed you to have, you know, traditional grappler style set play, like say Zangief in Street Fighter. So flamethrower, EX flamethrower specifically here, it leaves you at plus 17 and fairly close to the foe. So if you do something simple like just, you know, 4 to 3, 2 here and EX flamethrower, you burn them, they're standing, so it's no knockdown or whatever, plus 17. And at which point it puts you into, once again, you know, a Zangief style kind of mix up. Because I walk forward here and I just walk forward a couple steps here, you know, I'm a couple frames advantage, I go immediately into 4-3, which is 10 frames. And then, okay, you gotta block that. But if I were so inclined, I could do that tiny step forward and immediately command grab you. And also has really good corner carry as well if you're willing to burn another bar. So yeah, but basically anytime I got you a flamethrower, you were put into a strike grab mix, which is exactly what I wanted. This is what I was looking forward to. And turns out, nah, can't do it. Which very disheartening to me, especially because Robocop has one of the better command grabs in the game, as he has one of the very few mid command grabs, ones you can't neutral duck. So, unfortunate. So yeah, we have certain combinations of certain moves that are fine by themselves, but are not competitively allowed together. Now, as a quick note here, all, and I mean all, of the resurrect moves are disabled. So this is not, you know, just one specific person here. So Geras, disabled, not allowed for competitive play. Terminator, same deal, disabled, not allowed for competitive play here. Endoskeleton, not happening. And Devourer as well, once again, disabled, not allowed for competitive play. So they're not playing favorites on this one. If one of them was allowed and the other ones weren't, that'd be kind of messed up. And yes, MKX had Jason, who could do it normally, you know, as part of his base kit. Well, part of the variation anyways, but yeah. So across the board, no resurrections. Maybe MKX, that was allowed. It was cool for Jason, but I guess they decided for Mortal Kombat 11, we're not doing it. So let's move along here with, you know, the banned regular style moves, right? First up, Robocop, Trick Shot. So Trick Shot, I don't think it's really a ban-worthy move, to be honest with you. Like, you know, it has a decent amount of startup, all that, but I can only assume it's banned because it messes with screen clarity, right? Because you have this, you know, he's shooting you in the screen kind of deal, right? And that's the only reason I can think they took it away. Messing with screen clarity can be an issue, especially in the tournament setting. So that's, I think, the reasoning behind it. because competitively, I don't think it's an overly strong move, just that it messes with the visual flow of the game. Sindel's Enhanced Flight. So her being able to do moves from flight is sadly one of the banned moves for competitive play. Now, I understand it. They could have rebalanced this move, honestly. If you want to rebalance the move, it would have been fine, but they didn't, so I guess that's why they're taking it away. Because if you don't rebalance it, then you just become this. And dealing with this is pretty ridiculous, to say the least. You know, let alone some of the other stuff she can do, but just this constant barrage of downward angled fireballs that she doesn't have to actually touch the ground again. I guess that's a bit too much. Now, you could have just did it. You only get one, and then she falls to the ground. You can force it. But once again, that would require rebalancing the move, which they did not choose to do. So therefore, Enhanced Flight is one of the banned competitive moves for ranked and tournament play. Terminator's Terminate. You probably know this one already. It was given to us as an example of what a banned move looks like because this move is ridiculous. It completely warps what the game is, basically. As he has the buff up, you can't really stop him. He's the Terminator, right? That's kind of the idea. So the issue here is he's not playing the same game as you anymore, right? He has infinite armor on everything. There's literally nothing you can do to stop him because he's the Terminator. He can't dash, he can't jump. Sure, those are like some of the downsides. And yes, you can armor break it now. But just like before, one of the downsides of the armor breaker was some of them were variation specific. And yes, you could pick it in your variation, but you very well might have a variation that still doesn't have it. So kind of can't play around it. And for someone like Shao Kahn, say his armor breaker was up spear. You can't up spear a grounded foe. So you could pick your armor breaker all you want. It literally wouldn't work against Terminator anyways. So this move definitely, it's competitively banned for a reason. So let's talk Fujin. The buff he has called Jetstream, that is competitively banned. So when he has it up, certain moves he has get buffed. Like down 3, shoots like a little wind projectile, forward 4, so on and so forth, right? The big problem here is when you have it up, down 3, comes +3 on block. So the whole idea of a poke is you're supposed to lose your turn. And while he has this up here, it's always his turn. Because like you can't poke him out of it because he'll just do another one, right? Now this is another example of you could have balanced around this, but once again, it's their choice. I don't know why they chose to just leave it as is, but they did. So instead of you having this move, it is competitively banned because as it stands, you can basically just infinite block stun people. A lot of characters can't fight back against it. Someone like, say, Collector with a down 1 to 8 frames literally is locked forever until he just gets pushed out. There's no possible fighting back. So as it stands, yeah, that's why this move is banned. Skarlet Killer Clot is not allowed for competitive, ranked, and tournament play, and that breaks my heart. I spent like half a video talking about how awesome this move is, and I do not believe it personally to be like game-breakingly strong. Strong, yes, absolutely. It is not a crime to be strong. You know, Joker and Liu Kang exist. You know, Jackie exists, right? Not a crime to be strong. But yeah, they don't have it as a competitive move. I'm going to feel like I'm going to take blame for this in a weird way. Because there's been more than a few videos since MK11 come out where I talk something up about Skarlet, and then like it gets nerfed or crippled in some way, right? So, I don't know. My bad, I guess. I really put a lot of hope in this move that would be competitively allowed and we can work with it because it gives Skarlet a whole new lease on life game plan wise, but unfortunately, I guess not. Sub-Zero's Ground Freeze, this guy here, and yes, that says unblockable. This move is banned for ranked and tournament play for MK11. There's a lot of ways to set this up that are kind of hard to deal with, so I guess that's why they want it gone. You can't change this move without removing the core of what it is, right? The move being unblockable is this move. So I guess they feel that without tweaking a lot of numbers and a lot of stuff, it just isn't really viable to keep. And there's a lot of just rough and gross setups you can get with this. So unfortunately, this move is not making it live to ranked and tournament play. For Geras, not too much to say. I expected this move to be banned, like straight up. His time manipulation move here, Lost and Spare Time. It's just not okay. There's a lot of fun things you can do in fighting games with time. Yes, absolutely. But as it stands, you can just giant chunks off the clock and force timeouts on the spot, which is game breaking because you can get low on the clock and force the clock to 1 second and immediately win on the spot, right? So yeah, this one very rightfully so not allowed for competitive play. Core Trap. As it stands, without completely rebalancing this move to the point where it doesn't work like you want it to work, this move is simply too strong. I had a feeling as much in the previous video, because when you're in the freeze beam, you could be blocking all you want, doesn't matter, you're just stuck, and there's basically a lot of ways to kind of, especially in the corner, infinitely trap you in it, and there's basically near to no way out. It's just not a good time, and as a defensive player, the player on defense, you are not going to have even the least amount of fun playing against this stuff. So, is it banned? Yes, and perhaps rightfully so. And there you have it. So those are the moves that are currently banned now in Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate for ranked and tournament play. Everything else, fair game. And that means stuff like spawn, easy crushing blows, that's totally okay. You can use them. So spawn players, it's time to get crazy. Besides that, as of the moment, as you can see here on the character select, the new characters are not just out yet, and we do not have balance patch notes just yet. I can tell you right now, people like Kano, people like Kotal Khan, they're doing pretty good right now. People like Shao Kahn, maybe not so much. But when the new characters come, expect combos and guides on the channel. When the patch notes come, expect a full breakdown of everything in the patch notes. But as it stands, we're in a brave new world for Mortal Kombat 11. A couple moves, not too many, as you can see here, considering like the hundreds of examples we have. A couple moves are not allowed, but everything else is completely fair game. So it's time for you to go out there and just reinvent your characters, because there's a lot possible to work with. And that all said, my friends, that's the end of this video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Mortal Kombat.